Hey, it's that time again. And today I just wanted to talk about something that I see everyone talk about, but I haven't checked out myself yet. And in addition, I'm just here to ask the question, is it really even worth watching? So boom, solo leveling. We all seen it. I seen it everywhere at this point. No one can stop talking about it. I hear it everywhere. There's always one thing that I hear people talk about it for, and it's something that doesn't get me attracted to go want to watch it myself. And if you've seen the show and are in the know and you've seen news about it and other people talk about it, the one thing that people always talk about over everything else is the animation. And for me, that's not really a good sign to go watch something, because if the only thing that's carrying the show is the animation, I usually don't think it's worth my time to watch, because it's probably not that good anyway. Because think about this, if a show only has the animation, what happens when there's a time when they have to cut back on the animation to make more episodes? Is the show gonna still be good? Is it still gonna be worth watching? Most of the time when you come around to that being the case, most of the time it's no. That's why it's so bad when you hear people only talking about, hey, the animation is good. Well, what about the story? Do people even talk about the story? What is the story even about? And you know, I kind of heard a little bit about what the story is actually supposed to be about and what's happening. And it is the most generic manhwa thing ever. Like, manhwa have been doing this for so many years, but solo leveling is like the Dragon Ball of all manga at this point, where it became popular because it got an animation, I guess. I don't know. But it's like the Dragon Ball of all manhwas right now, and most manhwas do the same thing that solo leveling is doing right now. This power system it has is nothing new, and it's nothing inventive at all. So it actually shocked me to see how popular this got. It makes me wonder, is this gonna lead to a lot more manhwas starting to pop up with their own animation? And if so, that'll be good for them. But man, a lot of manga nowadays are just kind of the same thing in repeat. So it's carried by its animation, and the story isn't nothing crazy or nothing different or even nothing really inventive from what we already seen. So what makes this show as good as people say that it is? Now, if you're someone like me, this is what I think what happens. You know, I actually watch anime, and I watch a lot of anime, and I watch a lot of different anime. I've watched 2000s, 90s, and even recently new animes coming out. So I watch damn near a large scope of anime. So I think I can tell when something is very good or bad, at least. I think I can tell. But with a lot of new people or people who don't really watch anime that often or that many shows that are animated and they're more casual watchers, I don't think they can differentiate the difference between a good show and a bad show sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I think most casuals probably picked up solo leveling and thought this was something completely new to the space. And they said, hey man, nah, this is it because it does this and this. I've never seen this before. And that would make sense to why this has probably got so popular, because this is something they haven't seen before. So if you actually watch a lot of anime and read manhwas or anything, honestly, if you're just in the anime space in general, you probably know about these power systems and how they are. And you know that it's nothing new. So if this is the reason why solo leveling got popular, I will find out very soon, and I will come back and let you know. This is just my before the actual watching of the series, because I want to get my thoughts out to the world of what I've seen so far and how my opinions change over time. But I can tell you one thing that I don't like about the show from what I've heard already, and that's kind of how the power system of his works. Now, the main character Jinwoo has this ability to be able to rank up all of his stats whenever he levels up. So he has the ability just to level up and gain XP to be able to put into different stats and whatnot. And I don't like that, because you know what that does? That makes the character overly powered for his series and makes situations become less of a threat, and it becomes like boring over time, because that's only so high you can go on power leveling, that it just becomes like, it's just another thing and it's not interesting. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to like planet busting moves and shit like that, or conquering depth or some dumb shit, it just comes to a point where it's just like, man, there's just no point of going against this, man. everyone should stop living, every villain should stop villaining. What is the point? In knowing manga, they always go for some super over the top, unrealistic power fantasy type things that just seem so cringe to me sometimes. But depending on how Solo Leveling does it, I haven't seen it again. They may do a good job because people think so. If you're a fan of Solo Leveling, this power system can be very detrimental in the future of the show because it's gonna be writing itself in a hole sometimes. Maybe not. Maybe it does it really good and maybe it'll never have problems, but it's very possible that this show can easily write itself into its hole. Because I heard he is the only one that's able to level up his stats at any point. That means even if he gets beat and doesn't die, he just goes and levels up and comes back and is already automatically stronger just from leveling up. Or he can just keep grinding and boosting himself up until it gets to that point where he's ready to be like overpowered, I guess. This feels so cheap and cheesy versus how other anime characters that we're used to seeing what they do, how they train. They actually put real hard work, sweat, tears, and actually be imaginative with their abilities. That it's kind of like gets rid of that whole aspect and says, well, he can just put 1,000 points in health and never die. Like come on, bro. Like Jinru can really make an overpowered Elden Ring build just to beat everyone in the show, and it just nothing's gonna affect him. Watch, I'm telling you, this is literally what he can do. So before watching it, there's already a couple of things that I don't like about it, and that's very scary for anime that are coming out in 2025. But we'll see if it proves me wrong, because everyone else is enjoying it and says it has great fight scenes, so I'm gonna go see what the hype is about. So this is before watching Solo Leveling, and I will make another video after watching Solo Leveling. Without further ado, man, if you want to see that video come out very soon, just hey, leave a like, subscribe, and return next time, because I will have other things going too besides talking shit, I guess. I got other things going on, man. Just subscribe and find out.